This will be uh, my first live, and right now I'm connecting YouTube. I think we're live out the gate. Right now, I think we're trying to get connected for LinkedIn. However, the reason why I'm coming live to you today is because I wanted to share something that I think valuable in this time of moving. Things seem like they're moving at a fast pace when it comes to general artificial intelligence or AI, when it comes to like Claude or Mistral and all these things. And I wanted to help you kind of take a step back, because this is what I had to do um, about a year and a half ago, starting to realize, like, getting overwhelmed. And I'm like, so what can I do? What can I do? And I wanted to create something and wanted to share something that's really it's analog in its presentation, and getting you to truly slow down. And slowing down doesn't mean that you're going to miss out, or that you're going to lose some business or anything like that. And actually, slowing down when it comes to thinking about the AI tools that you're using. And welcome into LinkedIn. I think that's where we're live now. And I think we're also live on Instagram. So if you're here in the chat and you're seeing this, welcome. Type in uh, grape. I had grapes for a snack a while ago. So anyway, wanted to get into 10 questions to ask yourself if you're a solopreneur, entrepreneur, small business owner, SME, which is small to medium enterprise. You may see that, or small business, small to medium businesses. But thinking in terms of 10 questions to ask yourself the next time that you're about to sign up for another tool, AI tool, or even the physical tool, or a physical kind of AI related tool. And this is something that a couple months ago I did a quick video around. I think it was Plod Note, and I shared that it went through a process on evaluating which, should I use it, should I not. This system, these 10 questions are pretty straightforward, but I want to give you a few frameworks and settings around how you should think about them as I'm asking these questions. And so this is kind of a work session, if you will, because if you're joining me and you found some time, I wanted to share these questions. But the context of it is, first, before you think about answering the questions, think of kind of a stoplight. So when I ask the question, and the think of green is thinking in terms of, you can answer the question clearly, you're confident, donezo. If it's yellow, you're kind of like, maybe I think I have a partial answer, maybe not, then think yellow. If you're like, I can't answer this, or I'm avoiding it, um, think red. So green, good to go. Yellow, kind of iffy. Red, I'm noticing that I'm avoiding it, or either I can't answer this at all. So as you're thinking about this, these questions are really, again, to get you to slow down. Because right now, the marketing teams from all of these AI companies are pulling the same thing that social media companies and many other marketing corporate departments of corporations do. They want you to go fast, so that you sign up, because the moment you sign up and connect anything, your data is a part of their system, their process. For you, who especially the people I'm speaking with, kind of my peers around this, are business owners who don't have a lot of time. They see something, hey, this may work, this may save me time, and it's quicker to just sign up, drop the email in, and create the account. However, taking a step back is going to be helpful for you. So the first thing to think about is, like, what decision. The first question, I'll jump into these. The first question is, what decision are you actually making? So thinking in terms of, are you thinking whether to use AI, which tool to use it for? Do you want to integrate it into your workflow? So thinking, instead of thinking, I need an AI note taker, that's not the decision. The decision is, you need to decide whether the AI transcription um, is appropriate for client calls. And, that's a deeper question. Like I did with the Plod, it's like, I want to record client calls. I want to record calls because it's a lot easier for me to stay present. However, it's not necessarily the right decision for me because I don't like most of my data going up to the cloud and being used by other companies and stuff. So if you see me reaching over, I have some notes here. So again, production value, skip it, but thinking in terms of listen to what I'm saying here. So the second question is, and it kind of ties into the first, is like, what happens to your data once it enters this tool? So say, for example, you're using ChatGPT or you're using one of these other forms, and it's thinking in terms of once you enter it, where is it stored? Which country is it stored in? Because that matters these days. Who has access to it? What is that kind of that flow chart of where the data is going? So thinking about, I use the plot as an example, is or not even think about plot. Thinking as you're connecting your Canva and Google and all your emails up to some of these large language models, so are Anthropic and Mistral or ChatGPT or Gemini. Where's that data going? How is it being securitized? How is it protected? So thinking in terms of just asking, and usually you could find that in the terms of service and whatnot. So, and then the other one, as small business owners, we again, time is the issue. So, what is the reversibility cost? This is question 3. What is the reversibility cost if it doesn't work? So, I don't know about you, but there was a time I had so many apps that I was using and thought I needed when I first started running a business, and when it came down to it, I'm like, I only needed a handful, and I had all these subscriptions that were racking up dollars, but it really wasn't the dollars that mattered and cash flow. It was actually the time. So thinking in terms of, if I'm going to have a tool that's supposed to save me time of writing, but I'm spending more time checking the tool, then was it really worth it? Like those are the questions to ask yourself. So what's the reversibility cost if it doesn't work? All right. So question 4. And I guess I can slow down a bit. And if you're in the chat, if you're watching this, so we're like 6-7 minutes into this. So if you're watching this, how do those questions sit with you? What color comes up? Green, you're good to go to answer all those for every tool you've had. Yellow, you're kind of like, I think I actually added some tools that I was kind of iffy, but I added them anyway, but they're still there, and we maybe don't actually use them. Or you're like red, you're like, oh crap, I added all these tools, and I really didn't think about any of that. Not my client data, not anything. I just saw the efficiencies and the productivity that they were selling. So thinking in terms of that, again, it's the reflection point. So here we go. So, so number 4, does this tool require me to compromise a stated value? And this is where it comes in, kind of when you start to hear about AI ethics and all the technical jargon around these things. And it's like, no, it's like, what do you stand for? And is this tool against what do you stand for? If you're all about protecting privacy and confidentiality of your clients, and I'm not even talking just in professional services like attorneys or in healthcare and whatnot. It's like, if privacy is your thing, then does this tool go against privacy? And does it allow, at the same time, a middle ground be, does it allow you to not train on the data, or can you keep all the data local, or can you keep it in a certain kind of framework so that it's not used? Well, those are the questions you ask. So that's around privacy. But thinking of the other things that you stand for, whether it's if it's you stand for the climate. So is the tool, instead of a cloud-based tool, is it like a local tool that you can use on the all the equipment, that the computer equipment that you have, so offline or edge AI, if you will. So again, thinking in terms of your values around things, you as an individual and you as the business owner. So halfway through, the question is, now we've talked about kind of external and kind of these big things, but like, who in your team is affected, and have you asked them? So AI decisions like truly are not solo decisions. They impact. There's a ripple effect. Everyone, if you're running a business, you have a stakeholder, and a commitment to your stakeholders. For example, would be if you have so you're using like Fireflies or Otter AI or one of these transcription services, and it says, so and so, each member of the a meeting, the summary says that somebody said whatever they said during the meeting. However, and you just sent that right off. You used the summary, you didn't review it or anything like that. So, how the question is, how accurate is that? And you're wanting to make sure that the tools that you're using, that they not only they actually help, but they don't like add extra work to somebody's things. Because if one of your team members is having to constantly go back and look at the transcripts, or they're having to do extra work around managing some functions of your AI tool, the one you're considering, then is it really the right tool? And do you actually need the tool in Gen AI or Gen AI adjacent tool at all? Can you just do some kind of old school way? And I say old school with love. Like, I love my pen and paper journal. So now number 6 is, what's the real cost? And this is kind of ties into a question earlier. It's like, what's the real cost of this? And the subscription price, the ease of getting your data out, not only the ease, but the format of if you want to take your data and use it elsewhere. The learning curve, that's another piece. Learning how to actually increase or actually set a baseline for AI literacy or AI fluency within your company, and realizing like not everybody is at the same level, which means creating time for people to learn and experiment, and then also learn when it's not needed. And the thing is, and, this is the truly kind of the functional part of this, is that there's a cost beyond the money. That's really what it boils down to. And taking the time, and it shouldn't, your business better. It take me an hour or more, or more than a few hours to figure out what's going on in your business, and the nitty gritty, actual day to day, not what you can put in a summary. So thinking about the true cost related to where your business is, where it's going, for each tool that you add. Okay, so the next question is, for the tool, what does a good output look like, and how will you know? And this is good at many of these large language models, like the big corporations you hear about, generative AI tools. They're good at making you feel good. Actually, that's partly how they're designed, which is kind of messed up, but that's a whole nother video. The accuracy in business is critical. Details matter, and you want to make sure that you're setting these tools up as like, can it help me write better LinkedIn posts, which isn't like measurable, or can it help me write posts faster while keeping my voice and measuring in a way that's such a way that I don't have to do a lot of editing. So again, what's it's the good data in, good data out old story. So taking a step back, as you can start to see, there's layers to this. And after you go through these questions, for a couple of different tools, you'll pick up a cadence. And then also it'll give you a moment of pause, because, in my previous kind of iteration of looking at business, going from company, focusing on helping company culture, and then mental wealth and mental health of entrepreneurs, but also of team members within companies and countries around the world, and understanding that the tools are the tools. They're always going to be around. And AI is nothing but a tool that is now it's a part of many infrastructures of many businesses and systems. However, humans are still the most important part. And so if as you look through these questions, it's the financial impact, it's the human impact, it's the time impact. In finding the cadence is going to help you help yourself as a leader, but also also help you help your teammates. And this is something that I see as a big issue. um, I see it, but also, there's data out there around the weight of, oh my gosh, I got to learn all this. I got to learn this tool or I'm fired. I'm gonna not get not get a job because some companies pushing that I have to know X, Y, and Z about AI when I know more about the industry than half their team. So understanding these are the pressures, and being able to ask yourself on a cadence, and maybe it's quarterly, or maybe it's you have actually you're great at add multiple tools because you haven't added any at all, but you want to start adding tools to AI tools to help with your workflow, and you're like, okay, where to start? So jumping into these questions allows you to take a step back, and it kind of almost like it's taking a step out of a lane of traffic of marketing hype, doom and gloom, but also things can go really well, and yes, all across the board. But taking a step back and being present to who you are, what your business needs. And so this question 8 is, what happens when things go wrong? And I kind of had to take a step back in there, because when things go wrong, they can go really wrong depending on the day, the client, the contract. And so as you're thinking about when things go wrong, um, what are you going to do about it, and how will you catch it? Like when this tool messes up, because it will, there's no question about it. People call them, some people call them hallucinations. I call it's an error in the, it's computer code. So it's a error in the code. That's truly what it is. It's somewhere along the way, whatever was fed. So hallucination, it's a computer error. To me, hallucination is a marketing term that somebody along the way spun up. And maybe it's a science thing that kind of relates it to humans, but it's a mistake. And when that mistake happens, are you currently prepared, which would be the green level of this? Yeah, we know what to do. Here's our policy. Here's how we're going to do it. Here's X, Y, and Z. Here's who's responsible. Yellow, I don't know. We haven't really thought about that. Or red are like, actually kind of avoiding that because we actually had something going on and we're in a lawsuit and trying to figure things out. By the way, everything I'm saying now is not legal advice, not financial advice. It's actually just being able to help you understand that you need to take a step back. Like you really do. Uh, yes, things are moving at a fast pace. Being aware of what's happening, but not having to get into the circus of it all. And so now, thinking in terms of you, like, how are you feeling about this? So, question 9 is, am I adopting this because it helps or because I feel I should? There's social pressure. There's serious social pressure. What, you don't know about X, Y, or you don't know about this latest, you know, Claude designer. Like it's probably really good, but right now I have enough on my plate. And yes, it'll be great, but I'd rather work on trying to, like, for me, Claude designer is probably cool, probably great, and I'm going to pause for not working on it or not diving into it because I may look at some of the reviews and some of the demos and insights so I can talk to my clients about it. However, at least for the next week or two, I'm working on helping helping refine my offline AI as a business owner, so that way I have more data sovereignty of my data and control of my data, and then helping other small business owners and clients, and then sharing what I learned with all of you. And so, and then I'll jump into it, yeah, because I think it's worth understanding what these things are doing, because they are impacting and will impact business, politics, governments, all this stuff. Um, so for you, this question is, why are you using it? Do you really want to use this tool because somebody told you to use it, or because it actually adds value to your business or adds value to your life, kind of thing? And so the last question is, what's the one thing that would make you walk away from using the tool? So Plod was a great example. Um, I had the device. I had the Plod Node. It was a gift, not from them, but it was a gift in and of itself. And I thought it was a really slick concept. But not too long after I got the gift, I heard about some offline AI transcriptions that I would stay on device on my iPhone or on my phone, whatever phone I choose, and transcriptions happen. I could write a couple prompts to get like a summary, and it never goes to the cloud. It's all my information. So I decided against going forward with the Plod, and I actually have just a voice recorder myself, like an old school voice recorder. Uh, but that was it. That was the thing for me. However, like I'm going to go do a presentation or go do a training here next month, and the majority of the 40 or 50 people there, business owners and business owner advisors, I was informed that they use a lot of AI note takers. So I understand. It's really kind of setting the tone for yourself and like what's your walk away. And so this is as you finish these 10 questions, it really starts to help you for each tool. You can do it for a tool you're ready to work on now, and you could do it for as an audit, kind of like at the end of the quarter, look at all your tools and then just run through these questions for each tool. It may take you some time, but it also may save you money and resources and stress along the way to say, hey, we're using 20, 25 different tools and we only need 10. So we can get rid of 15 tools because they aren't aligned with what we're trying to do and who we are and that whole framework that you set up. And so as you're reviewing this, and you can watch the playback, but I'll also somewhere in the I'll share a link in the since I'm on YouTube. So look at the YouTube, and I'll also do a LinkedIn post about this. But I'll share a link to. I have all these questions. It's a 10. It's like 13 pages, one question per page. So leave space for writing. It's a PDF because I want you to be able to print this off and then go write about it. Write down without any tech around, so you can be focused on things. And it's free because I think this stuff is really, really, really important. And I love like prompts and how to use prompts and workflows and those kind of things are I think are great and phenomenal. And and at the same time, having some kind of decision framework to allow you to go not right now or definitely right, not right now or definitely right now, being able to do things or somewhere in between, but having this this way of thinking through things, and then also because it's analog, it actually just I think it helps you but also helps the team because it keeps your thinking sharp and it keeps you tuned into yourself rather than the ease of typing something and it going in kind of the ethers of a chat and not necessarily the process of going through experiencing it, reflecting, learning, wisdom. Like that human path is critical, and these questions get you through it. So when you think about these 10 questions, if you only look at the video and you don't like go to get the I call it a checklist, but really it's kind of a check-in. It's a 10 question AI decision check-in checklist. But as you go through, if you have a lot of greens for and do one for each tool, like you want to do 10 questions for each tool. And if you have mostly greens, great. If you have yellows, yeah, kind of separate things. If you have yellow and a mix of green and yellow, then it's kind of you may want to dive deeper into some of the nuances going on there. But if you're red, then it's just a no or not right now. 6 months from now, your business could look different. Your situation could look different. So, and one thing that you want to do is reflect on it and don't and do the goal of thinking of the colors is to have it come from not the rational side of you, not the pragmatic piece, but like what you're feeling inside. humanity. What does your humanity think about this? And that's probably not the right word, but anyway, those are 10 questions to help you be able to make more, not just informed decisions, but more grounded decisions in the face of all the marketing fire hose that's going on and all this whiz bang feature, but who is it really benefiting? Like that's where we are at this point. And yes, there are benefits for those who want to come at me about that. Yes, there are benefits, but the marketing is more like, oh, we create another one. Oh, we create another one. Oh, we create another feature. Try this, try this, try this, try this. And now you're locked into our system and we have your data. And we can use your data, and we're probably making more money off your data than you are. Topic for another conversation. But with that, I'm going to sign off of this live. I hope it's been helpful. And give me some comments in the whether it's YouTube or whether it's LinkedIn. You can find me on YouTube at the Anthony Ware is my YouTube, and my LinkedIn is, well, it's just Anthony Ware. So you can find me. I think I got on there early enough to just be Anthony Ware. But also check out the 10 question checklist. And if you want to go a deeper dive, I have some one-on-one stuff that's also on my stand page, and I'll link those below. But those are for folks who want those. If it's not time for you, that's cool too. So, all right, take care. Much love.